It's chamber music because it was intended to be played not in a concert hall, but in a chamber for a small audience. The string quartet was born around 1760, 1770. And at that time, the poet and writer Goethe in Germany defined the string quartet as a conversation between four sensible people. And so I think it's very interesting and engaging for an audience to really feel like they're part of a conversation, feel like they're witnessing people sometimes arguing. Four sensible people doesn't mean they're all four sensible people in agreement. Sometimes we argue, sometimes we're in love with each other, sometimes we hate each other, but we find a way to be in dialogue with each other that I think can only be appreciated in chamber music much more, certainly much more so than in a symphonic or solo context. It requires a kind of ensemble virtuosity for four people or three people or five people, however many there are on stage, to breathe together, to begin a note exactly together is actually very difficult. It requires a very fine degree of control of the instrument. So the chamber experience, I think, is something very, very special and something sometimes overlooked in today's world where the most spectacular, the most famous, the most flashy players or concerts or programs get attention. So chamber music concert will never be as loud as a full symphony orchestra. It will never be as evidently virtuosic as a solo pianist or a solo violinist or a solo cellist. It's a different kind of virtuosity. It's a different kind of interest. And I think the interest comes from the interaction between the players and the humanness and the connection between people, which for me is very moving. And I hope that when people come to the Colburn Chamber Players concerts, they have the chance to be as close to us as possible and really experience this music as it was intended to be played, which is one of the reasons why we've chosen Thayer Hall. We feel that it's a more intimate experience. People are closer to the players. On stage, we can play as quietly as we like, and it carries through. And we hope that the audience will be able to witness and feel like they're part of this dialogue, and they can witness the dialogue, certainly at a time in the world where it sometimes feels like it's very hard to find a dialogue between four sensible people.